And this is A&B Convo's Wrestling Edition.
So, we have a special guest here tonight, a real life Lily doll. Hi, Lily. Ow! This is crazy. What's going on, everybody? We're looking good. We're sounding good. I'm excited about this. I think we may actually have a good broadcast. Let's start at the top of the hour. This is something that we got in Vegas, actually. We got a couple of new additions to the set. This is a real life Lily doll. She used that last night, scared the crap out of me. We appreciate you. We love you. But it's really B under there. B! It's hot under those. Yeah, man. So let's go ahead. We will start before we get into anything.
Put your Mustafa Ali mask up.
I will put my Mustafa Ali mask up. You're absolutely right. Let's start at the top. We got Miss Soprano. Good to see you in here.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. You were first and number one. We acknowledge you. David Tate Jr. What up, Jody? Happy birthday weekend to you. Woo!
Woo!
Good to see you. Nadia's in here. You are back. And Jedi Knight, we acknowledge you. What's going on, Jedi Knight?
Welcome back, Nadia.
Oh, man, we got King Swag.
King Swag in the house.
Ulysses. Rion Allure. You think Ronda's getting that title back? I don't know. Shayla's in the house.
She better not get that title back. They better not do us like that with Liv. They better not.
What's going on, Dro? Good to see you. Isabella de Blasio. We got some folks in here.
Up, everybody.
I love this. You just turned. Yeah, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about a few things. Yes. All right. We've got some thoughts. We won't take up too much of your time.
Thoughts.
All right. This won't be too long of a Saturday night's live event. We still got one more video to edit.
Like an hour and a half.
We just dropped the Reigns theory video. We got one more video we're going to drop. But we're going to talk about that. We are going to talk about that. Darian Thomas, good to see you. Man, look at this. We got some people in here that want to talk some wrestling. Like the video? Yes, Just Alex. Round of applause for Just Alex. Alex's World is a safe space for wrestling fans like you and for like us. So thank you, Just Alex, for always showing the love and support that you do. And for those that don't know, now you know, go and check out his channel. Also, excellent content. Thank you, Just Alex. We appreciate you. I did. Jimmy Skaggs. See?
Jimmy.
See? People in here know Just Alex. Just Alex is the man. 901 Shogun.
901 Shogun in the house.
For life.
Brandon Thomas acknowledging us.
Quantaven. You're sweaty. Yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of sweaty too. Sweating trying to get this thing together. It is a lot.
Outside. It's hot under these lights. It's just hot.
It is a lot. What up, Zay? Good to see you, Zay. Oh man, look at this. All right, Kamonte Jackson, what's up? You know we talk on the gram, brother. We talk on the gram.
Oh, Isaiah is Isaiah Pierce, right? That's right.
And what up, Sophie Dophie?
Gotcha.
Good to see you.
Sophie?
Yes, it is good to be back home. We actually needed a vacation from the vacation. It was a workcation. It wasn't really a vacation.
It was 107 degrees in Las Vegas, y'all. I just want you to know, all that walking in that heat,
She had a problem with it.
Was
She
not the
had
business.
a problem with it. It was not the business for her. So we look good. We sound good. So if for whatever reason anything happens, let us know. But we got brand new equipment. All right, because the last couple of streams didn't necessarily love the quality. We want to make sure we bring you guys top shelf, top tier, grade A, USDA beef, or, you know,
Steak.
beefless beef if you're a vegan like myself. But
Possible beef.
either way, we want to make sure that our streams, everything that we do for you guys, looks and sounds the best that we can possibly make it. So we've got a new computer. We've got some new hardware as well. So we are really hoping that this looks and sounds good.
But
Emily
what we
Brown.
really want to do is get into the topics at hand.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what you wanted to discuss first.
Oh, they said hi, Lily. Yeah, they got the Lily mask up in there. Got the Lily mask.
Yeah, I would have kept it on, but it was really, really, really
Yeah, it's a lot.
uncomfortable.
It's a lot. B made the mask better. Sophie Dopey, I can appreciate that.
Oh, thank you.
I thought that was Empress Oscar. No, where's Oscar? Oscar's up
We
here.
do have Empress Oscar
She's up
here.
there. We have some more additions we're doing to the set. And when we do our live watch along, that side of the set is a little neglected. So we still got some decorating to do.
And for any of you who were watching our channel way back when, I don't even know if it was before, I think it was after we split and started the wrestling channel over, but I did do an Oscar thing where I had on kind of like an Oscar-ish outfit, had on a robe. It wasn't an Oscar robe, it was a Victoria's Secret robe, but had the mask, had a wig on, with blue, and I did a whole Oscar thing. It's somewhere in the analogs of our video.
You did. What up, the Three Kings? Dro, you're asking, you heard something from him that's reference to The Rock. He said exactly like his cousin named The Rock. He stole The Rock's line. I mean, we're not surprised. And people borrow stuff all the time. I'm pretty sure they might have asked for a little permission, just like the manhandle slam.
Becky's manhandle is the rock bottom.
I mean, come on, man.
Most of the time when wrestlers retire, Mick Foley, passing on to Bray, the dumbest move in all of wrestling entertainment.
What up, Glenn Stewart, wrestling god? Good to see you. So let's. Oh, we got hello from Croatia.
Oh,
hey, Ivan, fantastic. Isabella, good to see you. Yes. We got people all over the place. I love it.
It is a shame that Bray left. Yes.
Before we get into our topics of the night, I want to throw it out there because, as you know, we were at Money in the Bank. I'm sure you all watched Money in the Bank, and at one point there was this vignette.
Yes.
That played. I'm sure y'all remember that vignette that played. That kind of gave. If you remember the Bray Wyatt, the Wyatt family vignettes, it kind of had that vibe.
Everybody in there was looking at each other like, what
is this? What is going on? What's happening? So we polled some people. They think it might be an Edge thing coming back. Some others feel like it might be possibly. I don't know. We know that Mr. Rotunda has hinted on his social media that he's ready to make a return to wrestling. Didn't say where.
Right.
Is it possible that it could be, in fact, a Bray return to WWE? What do you all think about that?
What is the thoughts?
I see now. I think it's the Wyatt family of Bray Wyatt. Okay, Edge, Jedi Knight. You think it's Edge? Oh man, see, this is what I'm saying. He said exactly this: the going to the gym and work and waking up part. Well, Dro, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. The vignette was for Bray. Okay, probably just Edge. Brandon Autistic, good to see you.
Good to see
Edge
you,
and Bray
Brandon.
collab. Ooh, Edge and Bray collab.
Now, I mean, and then they come and go against, because it wouldn't make sense for Edge, regardless of whether or not Edge wanted out of the faction or whether they decided they didn't want Edge in the faction because he didn't really want to go that supernatural. It wouldn't make sense to me for them to bring Edge back like the same character that they kicked out, just separate from the faction. I don't know. That doesn't really make sense to me unless he has Bray with him I don't know, but then what?
See, some people, it's kind of all over the place. Emily's a little confused. MJF, yeah, not even. Not even. No, my
MJF
man.
only has one character, and that was the one he was born with.
Yeah, they're not letting him go just yet. That's not happening. This ain't WWE. The AEW not just letting people go, but that would be kind of crazy.
Yeah, he's just keeping him off TV.
Bring a pay-per-view to Birmingham, Alabama. It's been 21 years. Wow. I didn't realize it's been that long. I would probably say yes, maybe in 2023. It's kind of crazy they haven't been back there. I wonder if there's a reason for that. Gable Stevenson, it's too soon for Edge. Well, look, we felt it was a little too soon to have the Judgment Day break up.
Right. It's too soon for Edge to what, though? I mean, I don't think... I thought they were going to make Edge a face. So I guess I wasn't thinking Edge when I saw it, because I thought the whole reason they broke up the faction was because they were going to make Edge a face because Cody left. But I mean,
I think it's time
knows?
Because I personally am not all that invested in seeing the Judgment Day and the Mysterios go at it. That's not really. I mean, they're good. They're a great father-son team. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like they need higher tier competition. That's just me. I don't know. So I think it could be Edge. Hey, Talk Paris Saint Germain or German. Good to see you. Oh, bask in his glory. I love that. So let's talk about a couple things here. Let's get the ticker up. All right, let's get the ticker up, and let's start at the top because, as I'm sure you know, Vince McMahon once again in the headlines. Hush money, hush money, hush money. Now it's coming out. It's reported, allegedly, supposedly, he's now paid millions and millions of dollars.
Not that we're making light of it.
We're not making light of it, but millions of dollars to several former WWE employees. Now,
and this was not apparently just an affair that he was asked to keep
there's
quiet.
some different stuff going on.
These are allegations of abuse of power, of demanding sexual favors, and when ultimately she stopped and refused, that he fired her. And I mean, these are awful allegations. This is way more than an affair that he was paid someone to be quiet. These are stuff he can, if it's true, they better not bring him back.
So my question now is this. Vince stepped down from his role as chairman.
Temporarily.
He's still in charge of creative, as we see with Theory being the Money in the Bank winner. Okay, that's got Vince's hands all over it. Right. No pun intended. But in regards to this, as we've seen from the Me Too movement, that there are people who are in positions of power that abuse that power, that take advantage of other people.
That happens all the time.
Now, the fact that this is going on now, that we're seeing this come out, and I said it's like an onion. The more layers you peel back, the more it stinks. And I feel like we're just going to keep pulling back some layers, and it's going to be ugly. So here's my first question. What is the end game here? Like, it's going to be an investigation into Vince doing this whole thing. What is ultimately going to happen?
If it comes out that all of these allegations are true, and I mean, there's some awful allegations, and if all of them are true, he needs to step out of WWE to save it. Because otherwise, I don't even know how I would feel about going forward. Because what we're doing is promoting WWE. And if no one is going to do anything about it, and he's just gonna be like, fine, I'm sorry. He doesn't seem sorry. He doesn't seem like he's gonna take responsibility unless he has to. And even then, are you really sorry? I mean, just go away at this point. You were already ruining the product anyway. And all of this has come out. You should be ashamed of yourself, and you should go away. Unless it's absolutely all untrue and you're really fighting for your innocence. But I gotta tell you, I just don't think that's the case.
Well, what I mean by Ms. Soprano, what I mean by endgame specifically is what is this going to result in? Like, if they're going to find, okay, you did do some misconduct, you did some things you shouldn't have done, even though there was a non-disclosure agreement. So these ladies can never talk about it. It's like it never happened.
Right.
So it's going to be a question of, you paid this out of your own pocket. You didn't pay this with WWE money, so there was no wrongdoing there. You paid them off, so that's a done deal. So I'm saying, like, at the end of this...
No. If he coerced a superstar, if he coerced someone on the roster into sexual favors to advance her and then fired her when she refused, that is not, oh, well, he paid her off. That's in the past.
That's what I'm asking.
That is, you need to get the hell out
asking.
of WWE and let us continue to love what we love and stop ruining it.
Do we think that will happen?
It has to happen. If this is true, it has to happen. Is everyone gonna just act like, oh, well, it's Vince, we can't really do anything about it? That would be awful.
So this kind of ties into the next part of it.
Sorry.
Bless you.
I was trying so hard.
She has allergies. It is not COVID. I repeat, it is not COVID.
Even if it was, they couldn't catch it. Can't.
We don't know that. This is in 3D. It is not COVID. But that leads to my second question, and this ties into Sasha Banks and Naomi. Due to the fact that these ladies felt like they were not being respected as female superstars, as the women's tag team champions. Drop the bell on the desk, walk out the door. Haven't been seen or heard from essentially since. Now we saw that on their social media, they changed their bio from WWE superstar to professional wrestler. There's all these rumors that's going around. They got fired. They're not fired. There's a possibility that they're going to be taken off of the roster ultimately, even though they're suspended indefinitely. My thing is this. It seems to me that in light of what's going on with Vince McMahon, with these women, that this is also another way of abusing your power and manipulating these ladies for your own personal gain, due to the fact that they felt disrespected. And they had a legitimate case. Yeah. They legitimately felt like what they were being asked to do was a disrespect to them and what they were trying to do for the women's division. If anybody remembers what it was like back in the day in the WWE for women, it was tough. It was tough.
Wait, they felt disrespected for what they're trying to do in the women's division? What does that mean?
What I'm saying is, in trying to push it forward,
the women's revolution has already gone forward. The fact that Sasha didn't want to be pinned by Naomi and they didn't want their tag team broken up, I do not think is the same as not wanting to further the women's revolution. I think that was about Sasha's ego. Just in my opinion.
Do you think her ego then got Naomi in trouble by saying, come along with me?
I mean, I watched Cameron's interview about it. She completely thinks that, as well as she knows Naomi, that she believes that was completely about Sasha's ego and that Naomi was kind of, peer pressured into that.
Okay.
And that's from someone who knows her. I'm not sure.
Okay. Let's see. What do some of y'all say out there? Ooh, we got a super chat. Hang on. Super chat in the house of Three Kings. We appreciate you.
Thank
you very much. And you say first Ember Moon. Let me lay it out.
For sure.
First Ember Moon, then Sasha and Naomi. Too many coincidences. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And now Ember Moon has come forward and has made it very clear about how she did not want to be a sexual object and that she was not comfortable with that aspect of it because she was taking her wrestling seriously. Sasha and Naomi are pretty dang sexy. Like, you know what I mean? They may not have like half their ass out, but they're both pretty sexy. I don't think that there was an issue with them not being sexy enough or whatever it is. But Naomi was definitely getting a push. And I do think Sasha led that walkout. And I think that Naomi kind of, shot herself in the foot with that one. Like, you were getting a push. You were already getting a push with the Sony thing, even though it was a weird push, it was ultimately a push. And then you did get these titles. and maybe she was on the road back to getting the title or to joining the bloodline. Like, we really don't know because she walked out with Sasha, and I think that was way more about Sasha than Naomi.
But that's ultimately what I'm saying, though, right? Like, before this whole thing with Vince came down, they were gone. Now you have a strong female that's in charge of the whole dang thing. This whole thing with Vince is just, like I said, it's the more layers you peel, the more it stinks. It seems to me a boss move, and I've said this before, is stop playing around with Sasha and Naomi. Use Stephanie as the boss. Bring them back in. Bring them right back in and say, we are going to treat our women better than what we've seen done by these men in power.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Because right now, this looks like this is like a pissing contest.
I think right now, though, that Stephanie is just her dad's puppet. I think the fact that she's out there, when she was at the UFC event with him and stuff, and she's just sitting next to him, happy family moment with him and Triple H. They're either not believing him that he did it, or they're not caring and they're just acting like we're going to just move on together.
Okay.
Forever together. And unless she's going to stand up and say, no, what he did was wrong, and we're going to change it and actually speak out against it, I don't really feel like I'm going to respect her for jumping in either. Because if it does come out that these allegations are true, she needs, as a woman, to speak against it. Mm-hmm. Whether you're speaking against your father or not, you need to speak for women. That's what
we're saying.
Yeah.
You are now in a very unique situation that you probably wouldn't have been in this until Vince died. And even then, that might not have been guaranteed. So now that you are, this is the time to make some serious boss moves and show not only the universe, but your employees, the staff, the wrestlers. Yeah. We are changing the culture here in WWE, henceforth, that we want to make sure everybody's treated equally. The very things that Stephanie said some years ago, you are no longer divas. You are superstars just like the men. Then go ahead and back up your words and prove it and bring them back. That's all I got to say about that.
So Kamante said that Vince owns 80%, so he can't be forced out. But WWE is a corporation and is publicly traded. So like you said, they're stockholders, but you also have NBC. You also have, is it USA? Is the other channel?
USA.
But then on top of all that, you have the Peacock thing going on. I mean, you're talking about a lot of corporations who have to take a stand. Peacock can't stand on the side and not take a stand. So if all this comes out to be true, you're talking about networks who could pull it. You're talking about, on top of that, there still is a board. And he's no longer on that board. And the board does have a voting power of a corporation. So he could still lose power in the company.
Yeah.
As far as I understand. I mean, I don't know exactly how they run, but I'm saying as far as corporations run that have a board who is overseeing everything, you can lose power even if you are majority holder of the company.
We got a super chat here with Sophie Dopey just because. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Sophie Dopey.
You threw the ball, we hit it. Thank you so much, Sophie Dopey. We appreciate that. Let's see. I think I see another super chat in here. Ronda Rousey. Yeah. Well, hey, Wesley. Good to see you.
Wesley.
May want or possibly expecting, may never know. Yeah. I mean, we haven't really heard much from Naomi. We haven't heard anything from Naomi, truthfully. I know that they love the business and that they want to wrestle, but do you want to? I mean, Ember Moon really touched on it. How do you feel about coming back to work knowing that there are people here that have put you in a position to feel some type of way about you as a woman, you as a female superstar, you as a pro wrestler? I mean, it seemed like a very easy fix to me. Obviously, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes.
Right.
But if you really are the chairperson, and hopefully you're not, like you said, just a puppet of Vince, I don't see any reason why, especially with Triple H being back, things don't change. Like right out of the gate, come out on Monday Night Raw like you did before, make some announcements. Don't hide from it. Don't run away from it. Don't act like it doesn't exist. That's the one thing that nobody likes.
Well, yeah, that crap he did coming out to the ring twice, just talking about standing together. That was bull crap, man. Look, Shayla's in the house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we saw Shayla.
Oh, okay.
Khalid Muhammad, good to
Hi,
see you.
Shayla.
Oh my gosh, Willer Rass Sport Rally, good to see you. It's 3:21 in the morning in the UK.
Man.
And you are here with us. That is love. Thank you. First off, good to see you
I
again.
would be knocked out at 3:20.
She would. I might be awake though. I might be awake. Wow, we have people all around the world. I love this. I saw the super chat.
Naomi put a tweet out Friday or yesterday about what?
Well, yeah, I saw it. It wasn't much. The Three Kings coming in with that super chat.
Give them 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
Woo! Had to do it. And you say, I have 2 ideas on who the woman was, but I don't want to be disrespectful and say. One is a redhead and another is a blonde with long legs. It fits the time frame. Wait, what are we talking about?
The women that we were, how one of the female talents are the ones who made an
allegation.
Oh, your hoes are going through a whole little symphony right there.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about, the Three Kings. Oh, gosh. Good night, David Tate Jr. Good to see you, brother.
Night.
That's possible. That is possible. But again, the issue that I have with this, and I had a conversation with somebody about this the other day, where I'm painfully aware of the fact that, one, I'm a man, I identify as a man, and I'm an African American man. And because of that, I am cognizant of various degrees of my role in this environment, in this city, in this country. And so you need to make sure, as a person, as a man in power, you do not abuse that power for your personal gain. You do not say, well, if you don't satisfy me and do what I say, guess what? You're not getting any airtime, no TV time. You're getting demoted.
Right.
You know what? Now you're just going to get fired. Here's an NDA, sign it or else. Not okay. What we're seeing here, whether there was a relationship or two that was consensual or not, is not the point. Things shouldn't have gone on like this. It just shouldn't have happened at all. And we've seen a lot more with Vince than we have with John Laurinaitis. Dude, seriously, the culture. We both know what it feels like to work in an environment where it is not comfortable. Toxic. You hate coming to work, but you have no choice because you got bills to pay. You got food to put on the table. You got a family to feed. We know what that's like. We know what it's like to be put on the grind to do that. And it sucks that these people have to feel like they need to show up and they might get passed over for TV time because they don't want to satisfy some of the bosses. Well, now the boss is a woman. Now the boss is saying, hey, guess what? I want to go ahead and show the entire professional wrestling world, not just WWE, the world, that the WWE is, as we claim to be the leaders, then lead by example.
That's what she should be doing.
That's not hard.
I haven't seen those changes yet, but
that's not hard. And yet, here we are still talking about it. So, I mean, because of that, we have 2 female superstars sitting on the shelf.
Right.
I mean, what's going on? Money in the Bank passed. They should have been in that ladder match.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't have gotten booed like Lacey Evans, which we're going to talk about.
We will be talking about that too.
There wouldn't have been dead silence like Carmella.
Dead silence.
It was crazy.
She walked out.
We didn't even realize like anything was going on at first. We were like, wait, is Carmella coming out?
It was just crickets.
We could have yelled, Carmella, we love you. She would have heard us. That's how dead quiet it was.
It was pretty insane.
So but we're going to get to that. Let me see. We got a few other people here. 1 year anniversary of the song Stay, The Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber. Well, Quantaven, I do know that you are very musical, especially on TikTok. So I love to see your videos. We watch you. So we can appreciate that, brother. 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
Woo!
Love that. Jody Bennett. All right, brother. Yeah. So that kind of tied into what I was saying with Vince, with Sasha, Naomi. Now, we have one more video that we're going to drop right after this, but we do kind of want to talk about that. And that's this situation with Lacey Evans. We feel some type of way. Lay it on him. Lay it on him.
So we had already shared that we felt very good about Lacey Evans coming back and a little hesitant at the same time. First of all, we enjoy her as a heel. Second of all, for them to put her personal business out there and for her to share her story, her very personal story about abuse, mental illness, how it affected her, going into the Marines. I mean, this was all her. Lacey Evans put herself out there. That's what she was asked to do, which I don't ever think is a good idea, because if the audience turns on you, they're not rejecting their character, they're actually rejecting you. This wasn't a character. This was Lacey coming out as an American hero, someone who has put her life on the lines in the Marines for you and for me, and then puts her whole story out there about how she had to overcome and how she's still gonna try and be the best her she could be. And everybody booed her. Booed her like we were disgusted. Like one of our subscribers was actually sitting behind us, but we were all just like, what is going on? Why is she being booed like this? I don't even understand. Like, I was trying to clap for her, but you could not hear that over the boos. I mean, it was deafening, and I cannot wrap my mind around what she possibly did, being vulnerable with this universe, for this universe to be so toxic and bully her like that. She had no choice but to turn heel. I would have did the same thing. I would have been like, F every one of you who are out here booing me. I would have did the same thing. And I am so still her fan, even though she's heel now, because I relate to her. I understand. And I do put myself out there with blogs and I've written a book when our kid had cancer, and we had I put myself out there. And when people judge you and reject you, and it's awful. And so I feel for her, and I feel some type of way. So everybody who was booing her, I think y'all suck for that.
Dro, you could be right about the Gypsy King. It's hard to say, because I know they were talking about Tyson Fury possibly coming back in, doing a little something in WWE. We haven't seen him yet. I'm not mad at it. I thought he was pretty decent in it, but we will have to see. So good question on that one, Dro. Right now, Ms. Soprano has a super chat for us. Thank you, Ms. Soprano. And you say, Lacey Evans deserves better. If anyone's still booing at her, they're heartless. I respect her as a Marine and her wonderful family.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Look, we know for a fact Montez Ford, former Marine, okay, the almighty Bobby Lashley, also don't get it. I personally prefer Lacey Evans as a heel. I told her this. I think I was always on the Lacey Evans train. I didn't necessarily love the Southern Belle thing, whatever that was. I didn't love the gimmick, but I liked Lacey Evans. I thought she was a good performer, hard hitter, a little rough around the edges, just needed a little fine tuning, a little polishing, but she was going to get there. And like she said, the first time we saw Lacey Evans come back with these promos, I turned to her and I said, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm hoping that it would go. I was hoping it would go well. There are so many of us who struggle with mental illness and who grew up in toxic environments as a result of mental illness that was in our family. And she was kind of representing all of us, but we're still going to try, and we're still just as good as the next person, regardless of that. And then the universe was basically like, the WWE universe was basically like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
And I thought that sucked.
We know wrestling fans can more often than not be toxic. We've seen it.
Not you guys.
No. Anybody comes in here starting any trouble, right? They're blocked. It has happened. But when we were in the arena, we saw it. It was the one thing about professional wrestling. They say you want a reaction from the crowd, whether it's boos or cheers. You want something.
Right.
So at least Lacey Evans got something.
Yeah, at least it wasn't silent. Carmella's silence was actually probably worse as far as career ending.
But
like, she better start getting a reaction one way or another.
Lacey Evans pouring her heart out, and in this way, and for the WWE to turn, like you said, it wasn't just about her character. You were rejecting her
as a person.
So you can't help but take that personal, and it kind of sucks. But the promo that she cut last night,
that was fire.
I mean, dang.
Dang. That's what y'all get.
Because I'm pretty sure she felt disrespected.
For real. She was being for real.
She felt disrespected. So I'm curious to see where it's going to go. But also at the
People
same
aren't
time,
stop booing her, that's for sure.
I'm also concerned because when I said now that Lacey Evans is a heel again, when she was a face, she was no threat to Liv Morgan. It wasn't going to happen. Their paths would not have crossed. Now I'm a little concerned. I feel like she gave the women's right to Aaliyah. Now I feel like Aaliyah is going to go. It's like they're going to have a match. Clearly, Aaliyah is going to feel some type of way.
Well,
all right, you and me next week.
They actually have a little battle, not just a match, and give Aaliyah some more airtime and actually have a little.
But I'm saying, like, is she gonna like run through the lower? Like, she's gonna run through Aaliyah, run through Shotzi, run through.
Here's the thing.
Everybody to get to Liv Morgan.
But the thing is, there's no reason to just be running through people. Is my thing. My thing is, you have this. You have all these people that you put on your roster. I'm assuming because you think that they're good. So why let anyone just run through people? They did that with Shayna, and as soon as Shayna was done running through people, she's just sitting there bored, and we're sitting there bored, and we were over it. Let them have some feuds, and then let her win the feuds.
That's what I'm concerned about.
But not just like a match here. Like, have some storylines. Like, they never give us anything anymore.
Well, it's the creative side again.
There is not
blame
really
Vince. Blame Vince. Who's in charge of creative? Vince. Still.
Right.
Can't just let it go.
Yeah.
So again, like with Jai Lee, she comes out. We're going to make you a face, give you these great vignettes. It's going to be fantastic. There was no booze really for her.
There was no reason for her to turn back.
But then all of a sudden.
None.
So, I mean, at least with Lacey, it makes a little sense. It sucks, but, I mean, it's fine. But I'm really curious, like, what is going to happen now? Because on paper, as good as Liv Morgan is and as much as she has improved, on paper, I don't see her being able to effectively beat Lacey Evans one-on-one. I don't see it. I don't know. I could be wrong.
It's so funny. I totally forgot now that we're live that there were some little videos that I came across that I showed him, and I wanted to share with you guys, and we didn't get a chance to download them. But there were some videos of someone behind stage that to me seemed like they were with Ronda. They videotaped a quote-unquote private conversation between Ronda and Shayna out by the ring with an empty, but it's empty. There's no one there but the two of them, and whoever's recording them on the phone, and they're arguing because Ronda is like, you're supposed to be my best friend, and you're not supporting me, and Shayna's like, you are, but this is my partner, and I can't choose between you and Natty, and I can't, this is my career. And so Ronda's like, well, whatever, make your money, that's fine, do your thing, because I didn't know that they were controlling you like that. And I'm like, what the heck am I watching? Then there was a second one. Ronda Rousey is supposedly recording something for a Snapchat channel she has, and you see Shayna and Natty in the background, who happen to be arguing about her. And then as Shayna walks past, she kind of interrupts Ronda, and Ronda's like, Shayna, and she's like, both of you just leave me alone, and keeps walking, and it looks like it kind of drops the phone. And I was like, these were released. They are obviously from someone's cell phone, but there's nobody who could have been just recording the two of them having a private conversation by the ring. So I think it's a work. I think Ronda is recording these and releasing them under like pseudo names, acting like there's backstage drama. I don't know if it is backstage. I think it's a work. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that there's really beef between Ronda and Natalya, and Shayna is stuck in the middle, and that for some reason there's someone who has video of this right up in their face? Or do you think that this is a work?
I mean, I love it. I love it, and it's kind of sad if WWE allows this, and that's more interesting and creative than what WWE does on their shows.
Yes, actually, we were way more interested in
You know
that.
what I mean?
You know, like we were like, oh
Like,
wait,
what's
what
really
happened?
going on here? What's happening? You know, she was really engaged in this.
I was really engaged, and Shane's like, you guys, just everybody leave me alone, and I'm like,
Three Kings coming in
Scandal.
hard with that super chat. Thank you very much, Three Kings.
thank
We
you.
appreciate you. You say WWE needs to stop forcing people with vignettes for months on end with no plans on the follow-up. That's a big problem now. Look at Jaya, Lacey, Veer, etc. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. It doesn't make any. I mean, think about it. It's almost like vignettes is a prediction of your death. They were doing the vignette for Alistair, right? And they killed. They just stopped mid vignette and then just like was like, forget it. Our
Hey, Nico.
cartoonist got sick. Just forget it.
Good to see you, Nico.
Hey, Nico.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at the vignettes, but like you said, there has to be a payoff. Look, I'm gonna go back to Nia Jax and putting, dude. We saw how many times she put Lana through a table. Was it 9 times?
It was ridiculous.
9 times.
And I still don't know what the purpose of them ruining Lana like they did. They ruined Lana with that Bobby Lashley story. I mean, they ruined her with it. And so everybody is like anti-Lana, but most of us really liked Lana when she was with Rusev as the Russian.
Yeah, in the
beauty.
beginning, she was
Like,
great.
When she was his Russian, like she was flawless. That character, that accent, her speeches, they were flawless. They should have left that as is, like Macho Man and Elizabeth leave it alone. Oh, they did actually not leave them alone. But you know what I
But
mean?
it was still a great storytelling.
I mean, you could have had her kidnapped. That would have been cool. Like the Fiend would have kidnapped Lana and Rusev was looking
Okay, well,
for her.
I don't know about the
But
Fiend
anyway.
involvement. You know, but I will. But she's like a strong Soviet. Just you're gonna crush everybody. Rusev crush, Lana crush.
That was the perfect character. It
Run through the
sucks that
competition.
they took her away from that character.
But there was no payoff. There was nothing.
There was no payoff.
Like what's the point? What's the point of all this? So again, this lends to the fact that you're just not utilizing not only the talent but especially the women like you should.
Mhm.
And for a company that's been in business as long as the WWE has, that this is the best we can get in 2022.
Okay, so a couple of people are saying that they saw the videos too. So what do you think? Do you think that there really is beef between Natty and
Lana didn't have a payoff. She
what
didn't
was
have
her
a payoff.
payoff?
I mean, she might have got a victory or two. Come on. She got her ankle twisted up. She got destroyed, and then she got fired.
And I do agree that they did ruin her because of her husband showing up in AEW. I totally think Vince is petty like that. I think we all know Vince is petty like that.
Mhm.
And I think that Lana, everything she went through was a big old F you to Rusev.
I mean, look at Ali. Yeah, you mentioned look at Ali, right? My man was on the shelf. He wanted to be released. WWE said no, we're not going to release. We're not going to do anything for you. Okay, then we bring you back, and now we're going to make sure that you lose. And now he's messing around in a hot dog eating contest, just stealing hot dogs and chips. Is this is what we're doing with Ali now?
Right.
This man is so talented, so much better than what we're being shown. Why? Other than your petty ego. It's frustrating for us. I can't imagine what it's like for these superstars.
What's up, Walter?
Walter Mitchell.
Or is it Gunther? No, it's Walter.
Don't go there. Don't go there. Man, that is, I miss the way in NXT. I miss Imperium. I liked
And
Imperium.
honestly, being fans of the Way, that does mean that we are fans of Austin Theory. We are. We liked him in the Way. It's just too much too fast right now.
Yeah.
He needs to serve some time. He needs to put in his hours. You know what I'm saying? He's skipping to the front of the line. Nobody likes that.
No, I do not think Mr. Kennedy Kennedy will return to the WWE. Generally, I say never. With this, I will say never. The same with Ryback. We will not see
Oh,
either one of these
no.
guys in the WWE.
You'll never see Ryback. No.
We sooner see CM Punk
back in the WWE.
back in the WWE before either one of those two.
Yeah.
So Talk Paris thinks it was a work too. See?
Yeah.
So
I'm
I mean,
telling you, like I wanted to show it to you guys, so those of you who hadn't seen it, we forgot to download it in time, but it was very interesting.
Sophie Dopey again, you're absolutely right. Breaking up factions, no rhyme or reason.
Yes.
Did anybody ask
Great.
for the Hurt Business to be broken up?
No. And
Anybody?
They had so much time left. They were a great faction. It was such a great fact. I mean, it's so hard to get a great faction. If you think about it, if they had broke up NWO as quickly as they've broken up all these most recent factions, they never would have got to that status. Why are you not giving these factions enough time?
Right here, 4 horsemen. 4 horsemen.
Now the Bloodline's going to go down in history as a great faction.
For sure.
But they're the only one that they've given any longevity to right now. They haven't given anyone else that
Still need a female. Still need a good, strong female in there.
They
though.
still need a female.
You know,
I agree.
You gotta have it.
It makes no sense that you have no female in your Bloodline faction when there was 3 Bloodline females literally at your company already.
Yes, Jedi Knight. We do remember you suck. Yeah, that was a golden time in professional wrestling. Was the Attitude Era just past that a couple things a little over the top? Yes.
But to this day, when Kurt Angle, when we all say you suck, it's a great, respectable you suck, and he takes it as such. It's not like when people actually hated him.
Mm-hmm.
We're saying you suck because it's your anthem, but we have so much respect for you.
But what sucks is the product. See, at that time, nothing was the bathroom break because you didn't know what was going to be shown on TV. It was always something wild and crazy that you had to see, that you want to talk about the next day. And there were a couple times, like she was saying, the guys behind us were Money in the Bank, like, okay, quick bathroom break, quick concession stand break. And that's terrible. That's terrible.
Like, why are we booking stuff that people are like, oh, I can leave at that time? That is awful.
You know, you want to make sure that you pack 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it is, back to back to back. Like, I cannot take my eyes off the TV. I gauge shows by if it's DVR worthy. This is how I gauge television. If I really don't want to miss it, is this show DVR worthy? Like on Seinfeld, is it sponge worthy? Is what it is. Is it DVR worthy? That's how I gotta go. And I gotta tell you, sometimes we fast forward a little bit.
You know what, Isabella? I would not be mad at seeing Sonya as champion at some point. She's good.
Who?
Sonya. I think.
Yeah.
I think they've placed Sonya down as far as how good she is in the ring.
Yeah.
When she put on the executive suit, every time they brought her back, she really wasn't fighting like she used to fight. I mean, she is a fighter in real life. So I think that she could potentially be that one day.
Jody, we haven't even watched all the Smackdown yet. We had a couple of reactions. We still don't know everything that's going on. Might have seen a little spoiler in our little thing with you yesterday. I don't know, but we haven't watched all of it yet.
We've seen
but we're going to get there. Yeah. How do you?
So from what I do know and what I did see, I felt like I'm not sure what's going on with the Viking Raiders. I don't have a problem with you making them look strong, but I do have a problem with you making the New Day look this weak. Now, on the flip side, the New Day has been pushed for a long time. They've been champs many, many times. So if they're in a place where they can and are willing and can afford to push the Viking Raiders, because the Viking Raiders have never really had the success that they're trying to hope they could get this time. Yeah. But you've already made them funny. So we've already laughed with them behind the scenes with the Street Profits and in the past. So now you want to come back and be mean and scary, but we already saw behind the curtain.
I mean,
so I don't know.
You make a good point. I was never a fan of the gimmick of the Viking Raiders, to be honest with you. Never loved it. They're good wrestlers. We know this. They're excellent performers in that ring. You want to come back being a heel? Great. Whatever. I like a little consistency. I don't like the flipping and the flopping. It's like a flapjack. You know, I'm a heel, I'm a face. I'm a heel, I'm a face. I like consistency. But with the New Day, speaking of factions, here they go. They literally broke them up, put them on 2 different shows. You made Big E a champion. What happened with that? One of the most lackluster WWE Championship runs in history. No fault of his. Big E was Big E. But the booking was terrible. It just was a bad run. But they refused to allow themselves to be split up. Always champion for one another. When New Day, when Xavier or Kofi were out there, yeah, Big E will come out in a towel, support his boys, and vice versa. They're like, look, we may be on separate brands, but you're never splitting this up.
Wear each other's shirts and stuff, yeah.
And that success brought them to where they are today. They had individual minor successes, but when they became the New Day, and they were first booed when they became the New Day.
Oh, yeah, because they didn't know what they were doing until they decided to embrace people mocking them and make fun of themselves, and then everybody got on board.
They loved it.
But the fact, where's Wood's crown? Where's King Wood's crown? So,
yeah.
I mean,
he's a king, right? He is the king of the ring,
right?
isn't he?
King of a ring is a gimmick for a reason. If you're using him, his gimmick, he earned that gimmick. He is the king until the next time we have King of the Ring.
Just like the Macho King, yeah. When I was a Macho King and I had Queen Sherry, I knew how to be a king and I took the scepter. You dig that, Hogan? You dig it? You son of a...
Yeah, good point. But that's the point. You are King of the Ring. At least with Zelina, she had like the cape and the crown and the scepter. She kind of played it up. She did the ridiculous Booker T accent.
He did that only with the bloodline in the very beginning.
Right. Then it just went away.
And then because the bloodline stepped on his crown to make fun of him, he just like, well, I guess I'm not a good king or what? Mm-hmm. What happened?
Blackpool Combat Club in AEW is fantastic. I have no complaints. No complaints at all, Quantaven. Dro, to answer your question, again, with Fury, he's good, probably does have more money than them. We'll have to see what happens when he comes back into WWE, if he does. There was talk about it, but we'll have to. I don't know.
Tyson Fury.
Dijakovic,
the
boxer.
I thought he went to jail.
Did he went to what?
I thought he just got arrested and went to jail.
Did he go to jail?
I could have swore he went to jail recently. Oh, I gotta look it up.
Okay, somebody look it up. Yeah, Dijakovic. Who was that? Was that somebody? There's somebody strong and tall in NXT that had a nice feud with what's his name? Glory guy, Baskin Glory. Yeah, Keith Lee. Yeah, people that WWE are ruined. You had this again, another faction with Retribution. Thought it was going to be something, turned out to be nothing. Completely whack. So, total waste of everybody's time. Truthfully.
Was that tripping? Was that not him?
I don't know. We do have a super chat. I do know this. Mr. Prana with that super chat. Thank you so much. Thoughts on the Max Dupree gimmick? It's stupid.
You know what? It's stupid, but I was entertained when they came out in those tennis suits. I'm not going to lie. I was entertained by them in those tennis suits. There's been quite a few people in history who has come out in ridiculous model-like, over-the-top. I mean, they were wearing tennis outfits with the little thing tied. It was funny. Like, I was like, oh, God, I don't really think Max, like, he's whatever. But when they came out and did the runway and were doing the poses, I was entertained. Are you not entertained?
I gotta disagree with you, homeboy.
That's fine.
I mean, is it entertaining? Kinda. But there was nothing wrong with LA Knight. Again, liked LA Knight as a heel. Liked him with the beard. I don't know what this... The model thing doesn't really make a lot of sense. I like the Robert Stone brand. When Robert Stone was trying to get a faction, I like factions. I really do. But the Robert Stone brand made sense because it was dealing specifically with wrestling. I need to get a group of people who's going to go ahead and further this brand, beat everybody up, get some titles. That's what it's all about. I'm sure at some point these guys are going to get in the ring and do some wrestling. I'm not overly excited or want to see this modeling stuff. I feel, again, it's a total waste of time. For them, for us, I mean, I don't love it. I don't love it. I'm kind of with you on that. Thank you for that super chat. We appreciate that. Was there another Max Cruz a complete waste of time? Yeah, Roland. I mean,
his father and trainer was jailed for 11 years. Maybe that's what our story I heard. Maybe I mixed it all up.
It could be. Johnny Wrestling. Hey, we were sad when he got fired, but she cried.
Love him. When he came back, I was so happy. I loved him and Melina together, but things happened. But I was so happy.
And then she cried.
I still feel some time.
My man is talented. I know he's a world champion again.
He is entertaining. He is nice to look at. He stayed in shape. I mean, he could still do things in the ring that didn't make any kind of sense.
Mm-hmm.
And you're still not doing anything with R-Truth, to be honest with you, because he had such a funny run with The Miz. R-Truth, and they could have put him and Johnny back together. That could have been a great team.
Could have been fire. They were great.
Hilarious, but they're also both very talented in the ring. We act like we have forgotten that R-Truth could get down in the ring.
But that's another thing that I'm saying about the overall culture. You fired so many people over the last couple of years that I don't know how anybody, honestly, goes to work feeling comfortable. Like, how you not just, you got like Pepto-Bismol and Tums because you're just, like, am I going to open my locker and see a pink slip hanging?
I think there are some B players who, so like there's B players who are kind of background noise, but background noise is important, but you're not going to pay that much for background noise. So I think they have a few people who aren't going anywhere on a steady payroll. You're going to be here. We're not going to be paying you crazy amounts of money. We're going to pay you enough to stay. You're not going anywhere. And those people, R-Truth is not thinking he's going to get fired. Does anybody think R-Truth is going to get fired?
Braun Strowman.
That's different. R-Truth has been here for so long, and he is such an important part of the WWE.
Yes.
Those
He made
people that
the
they had to pay a lot
24/7
of
championship
money. I don't
relevant.
think they pay R-Truth like they paid.
I'm not talking about just money, because you got rid of people at the very top all the way to the bottom of NXT and everywhere in between.
Right, but I just think that there are some people down here that they don't pay great, even though they are very precious to us. Like, I honestly could not imagine them saying they let R-Truth go.
Yeah, there were a lot of people that we didn't think they could ever let go.
We don't
that
feel
they
like they'll
let go.
let Dolph Ziggler go. Like, he's just,
I think he's got an ironclad contract.
Permanently there, or he will never be let go. There are certain people. There are people who have come who we thought would be part of that, and then when they were let go, we realized they hadn't. But there are certain people who are just.
That's what I'm saying. I don't feel anybody safe, and I say that to say it because the one person that you never thought would be fired was a McMahon. They fired Shane McMahon. Nobody is safe. Nobody is safe. You don't fire your own son. That is cold-blooded.
I mean, in truth, came out that he also, that they also really fired Stephanie, that she didn't just step down, which is true. And then you had to have her come back and clean up your mess. You must crawled on your knees back to her. They are cold-blooded.
So and look, we've seen Stephanie in the ring. She's done well. She cuts a promo like nobody's business. Shane McMahon, we've seen him in the ring. My man goes to work. He does things he doesn't have to do as a McMahon, but he does it because he loves it. You still got fired. Nobody's safe.
So, Brat Beauty, she said that you think that Liv Morgan is dropping the belt after SummerSlam. I also do think Liv is going to have a short run, and I've said this before. The reason I believe Liv is going to have a short run is because she has to start filming a movie pretty soon. Whenever that film starts, whatever date that is, she's got to go film.
Oh, that's going to suck.
So I think that they are going to somehow take it off of her, but it will be in a controversial way or in a way that something will happen so that when it's time to promote the movie and for her to come back to work at the same time, then they will have her right back in a title run because of how she lost it or something, even if they have to fake an injury.
Who's doing it? I don't think it's going to be Ronda Rousey.
That is the question. I don't think it's going to be Ronda Rousey. I was very surprised they gave Ronda a short run like this, unless she only wanted a short run, because she does, now that she's back, her little Snapchat show has showed that this is very hard for her. Like she wanted to come back, but the baby's still nursing. She's trying to come out to the ring, and she's missing her daughter. I mean, so I don't know how long Ronda wants to do that for. But Ronda's little run wasn't exciting.
No.
It's just not exciting.
No.
She's not excited, and she gets a pop from the crowd. And she's, she is the best woman on the planet in many aspects of the word, but you just don't have that flair.
There's talk of Bayley coming back. Bayley
has it. Sasha has it. Charlotte has it. Becky has it.
So here's what I say. You want to have SummerSlam be the talk of the town. You bring Naomi back. You bring Sasha back. Bayley's back. Charlotte's back. Liv is in this. We have ourselves a good old-fashioned, no holds barred, falls count anywhere, fatal 5-way, maybe even a 6-way. I don't even care.
You gotta pay double for that kind of action copy.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do for dodgeball fans out there. Yes, you do. I know people feel some type of way about Charlotte always going for the title. I'm pretty sure that's in her contract. We just need to get used to it. Plus, she has an ego like her dad. But I'm telling you, you have these ladies in the mix, and let's just say, Liv wins. Definitively wins. This pushes her through the stratosphere as a legit, not only contender for all these other ladies, all these other former champions, but solidifies you as a really solid champion yourself. Think about that.
But we already said that just on Raw, when she was giving her speech, people already kind of started getting a little quiet, a little like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I think people wanted to have it, but we'll see.
Well, Bubba Ray Dudley did say a couple of things that people felt he was giving her a hard time. Like, I don't really want to see this, sweet and kind of candy kind of a promo. Like, I want to see you, like, legit, like let's I'm the champion now. I'm a badass. I'm kicking butt.
Yeah, like
Liv can't just like about face her character.
No, but she could step it up a little bit in the aggressiveness.
That's what I'm saying. That match will do it. Like going through all that and still coming out on top. Heck, come on now.
Another super chat.
The Three Kings coming in hard. Anyone who can get Lil Jimmy over deserves a permanent spot. Facts.
Let me tell you something. Little Jimmy's been standing here this whole time, just waiting for his turn to say something. We're glad you brought him up. Go ahead, Little Jimmy.
Little Jimmy's here with the anonymous GM. And what's that anonymous GM? Yes, that is correct. Yeah. Thank you, Little Jimmy.
You heard it here.
For sure. And anybody that can get over the 24/7 championship the way he did, because that title is trash.
We don't care about the 24/7 championship. We care about our truth being in love with the 24/7 championship. That is what we.
I want my baby back, y'all.
I mean, come on.
I gotta have my baby back. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. R-Truth is great. Yeah, I don't think R-Truth is ever gonna get fired. I really don't. But Jody, I agree with you. Nobody's safe in WWE. And point blank, because there was a period, there was a time with Sasha Banks, because this is not the first time Sasha Banks did a walkout. Because you do feel like you're at a certain position in the company where, like, what are you gonna do to me? I'm one of your top stars. I put asses in the seats. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing to me. And WWE's like, yeah, okay, watch what happens.
Right. And you know what, Isabella? I have had hopes for Dana
National
a couple
treasure.
of times. And I feel like Dana had her opportunities where they tried to push her, and she just didn't really step it up. I didn't think she was that great in the ring. She's athletic, but she jumps around more than she actually gets down and gets hurt. And we need to see someone who can actually fight, not just do error. And she's so big and fit, and you thought, ooh, she's gonna come in here and be like a Beth Phoenix, and she just wasn't. So I feel like the 24/7 title is the only thing that's holding her there, in my opinion.
True, but I will say, and I do agree. I think I missed it. I do agree with what you said, in that, what was it? Dana Brooke does make the title look like a legit title.
Oh, Zay, yeah.
Yeah. I do agree.
Yeah.
That for whatever reason,
it does seem a little more
the title works on her. Yeah. Like it does work for her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind the
and
shenanigans.
still the comedy shenanigans around it. But yeah,
it's impossible to say if other wrestlers are going to get released because of Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury isn't even here. Like, he hasn't even been in the conversation, Dro. So it's possible, but I don't know.
But also, he had like the last fight that he said he was that retired him, that he had such a bad concussion, he had brain swelling. So sometimes when you have an injury that severe, it's still, I mean, this wrestling, you got to be careful. So
it's no joke. I mean, it is legitimately no joke. Liv Morgan, Ronda Rousey, Natalya, triple threat. I mean, that's a safe match. I wouldn't necessarily call that exciting. I really want to see. I think we need better. I really do. I feel like Bayley, she's been out long enough. I'm pretty sure she's ready to come back. It starts at the top, man. It starts at the top. Stephanie has to come out, be the boss that she is, make some announcements, make some changes, and starting with and it comes out, crowd loses their freaking mind. Okay? Glow, crowd loses their freaking mind. Bayley loses their freaking mind. Woo! All of these ladies. Matter of fact, then bring out the whole female roster.
Sophie Dopey. Yes, Seth Rollins should have won Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins.
Well, we got screwed. We got screwed because Vince McMahon was all in that. We got screwed, people.
And as soon as he came out, you kind of knew. Why would you bring him out here if you're not going to give it to him? But, it was so,
Don't get us started on Natalya. Olivia, don't get us started. She's inconsistent. She's a good technician. She knows how to wrestle. She knows about the wrestling business. She comes from a dynasty.
She's fighting better lately than she ever has before. I think her Money in the Bank match was probably the best match she's ever had.
She did fine in Money in the Bank.
But, like you said, she is inconsistent. And Ronda looked awful in that match. I think a good match is when you're both going up and down. And I really felt like it was like we were supposed to believe Natalya could just hand Ronda's ass to her and then Ronda would barely win. Like, who believes that story? We don't believe that story. And a fight on the street? Are you kidding me? I just thought that was...
Here's a problem that I have. Here's a problem that I have in Natalya. And I've said this so many times. It's about training. It's about training. It's about training. The way that they are trained has to change. It has to change. They meaning a lot of the women, but especially Natalya, rely on this old school method of you always see her constantly doing this. There's a reason why she does it. There's a reason for it. But I mean, it's called compensation. Like, if you ever see somebody get into the ring, they get slammed down, and then the camera stays on them a little too long, and they kind of scooch over because they don't feel like they're close enough for the person to do their, that kind of thing. Like, there's a way. You have to change the way you train professional athletes to make it look seamless. It's basically a magic show. I don't want to see a string attached to anything in this magic show. All I want is myself to sit down, be wowed by what I'm seeing, and go, dang, I don't know if that was real.
Yeah, every time
you
have to turn and go, was that real? That is when you know that it was good. You know what I mean? Like, you should be asking yourself.
We don't want to see anybody get seriously hurt. Right? Like with Cody Rhodes, you got to give props to Seth for helping him and protecting him the way that he did. But at no point during that match did you say, oh, he's protecting Cody. At no point.
No, you know on the back end he was. But no, Seth made you really believe that he was...
That's the difference.
I can't even talk
it's the training.
Yeah.
Because we can see you. Stop it, Natty. Ex-Neptune. Hard with that super chat. What is going on, Ex-Neptune? Thank you so much for this super chat. We appreciate you. What do you think is planned for Logan years from now?
Years from now.
Logan Paul.
Well, Logan Paul is going to he's going to ultimately have to be a heel. I believe they're already trying to bring him in as a face. First of all, everyone who comes in from something like this, face to face is The Miz. That's who The Miz is. That's what The Miz is for, basically. So you having a fight with The Miz, because Miz is a heel, we're supposed to go for Logan Paul, but listen to the audience. The audience has never cared about Logan Paul. The audience usually feels some type of way about, look at how they treated Miz when The Miz got here. So Logan is saying that he's been a fan of the WWE, but sometimes, just like The Miz was a fan of the WWE, when you do reality TV or the internet to get your fame on your way and then go to the WWE, I don't know if people feel like you cheated. I don't know if people feel like you are just trying to get more fame. You don't really love the company. I'm not quite sure. But everyone knows how horribly The Miz was treated. It was awful.
It was bad.
I don't know what they think, why they think Logan Paul is going to get a better reception.
I don't know what's planned for
Miz
my man
will be
Logan
nice
Paul.
to him because he's been there.
I think he should be heel. I want to see this match with Miz be done with, but it's a question of who's he going to feud with down the line.
They'll have him go heel when they, just like with Lacey, when they realize that the audience is not accepting it. I think they should put him and Lacey together.
Okay.
Take the two people that the audience refuses to like.
Why not? Together. I think you should. And speaking of putting together, Zay, you make a good point. We've said this many a time. Tamina needs to be part of the bloodline. Why she hasn't been yet, we don't know. Check this out. We watch NXT. I'm sure y'all watch NXT. How many times have y'all heard them do the bloodline chant?
Every time.
When Solo Sikoa comes out there.
Ooh.
So, how about this? How about on Raw, Tamina gets frustrated with all this nonsense with Akira Tozawa and the 24/7 champion. She says, you know what? I've had enough. She walks out. Everybody's looking confused. What is going on? Why is this happening? Tuesday night, guess who shows up on NXT to come and take a look at the match of Solo Sikoa? And as Solo Sikoa looks at her, they lock eyes. She motions. He gets out of the ring, and they walk out. And then guess what happens on Friday night? This is the succession. Guess who shows up on Friday Night Smackdown?
The two of them walk in together.
The two legit Bloodline members now joining the other Bloodline members. How hard is that to write? People will lose their minds. It's really easy and it's really simple, and we would really appreciate it. But no. We got her, a 10-year vet, that finally got a championship just to have it be taken away. Which, by the way, anybody seen the Women's Tag Team Championships?
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Anybody seen those? What happened to this tournament? Oh, yeah, you don't have a women's tag team division, do you? Because you don't care about the women. And this, again, goes back to what we said at the top of the show. You need to change the culture in WWE. Prove to these people, prove to these women that you really do care about them. You will write better storylines for them and make them the top shelf people that they are.
What is your guys' opinion about Logan Paul signing? Because honestly, when I saw that he signed, my literal reaction was like, okay.
Bring them to Casey and Caden. Love them.
Okay.
Love them.
Like, are you guys happy, sad? Are you indifferent like I am? Like, tell me.
What tournament? Yeah, exactly. Let us know. Because right now, and this is the last bit of what we're going to talk about, SummerSlam, where WWE loves to go back to the legends well, to the part-timers well. Brock Lesnar, the Beast, one more again, Roman Reigns, unified championship. We all have seen this. I think we all know what to expect. Do we care about seeing this match? Or do we want to move on to something else?
I've already seen it. They could try and paint it a different color all they want to. But no matter what color I watch it in, I've already seen it.
What up, Tariq? Good to see you. It's all right, brother. You're here now. Good to see you in here. Roman is a part-timer, too. See, don't say that.
I mean, he is now.
Don't say that.
I mean, he's not to Brock's level, but he is now. But he let us know. He had warned us that this was going to happen and he wasn't going to be around as much.
And that's what do you have? What do you have? Why would you have a championship on a part-timer?
They did with Brock.
I don't like it. Because again, you're in this to be a champion. How can you have legitimate beef with somebody who's only here now and again? It's just like with The Undertaker for the last several years when he would just show up a few weeks before Mania just to
fight whoever he looked at.
it didn't have the same meaning.
No, you're not invested in that at all. And not like when he fought Shawn Michaels. Like, that was completely different.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're a part-timer, dude. I mean, and it's fine. You want to take a little more time with your family. I get it. But you finally got the top spot. You literally are the face that runs the place. And now you want to back off? Come on. You're literally those straps reigns. Come on, man.
At the same time, these people, look at all these documentaries that are showing us now that these people don't see their family at all. At all.
You knew what this was.
You're not getting an off season. No, they should start giving an off season to some people.
You knew what this was.
So you think that environment, that toxic environment of people not having their father in their lives because wrestling is more important than your family is okay. You don't think that they should try and change that to be a family thing and give people more seasonal stuff. You know what? We're going to have you on 9 months of the year. We're going to give you a few months spread out to be home with your family, whatever. You don't think that's important?
I'm not opposed to it. The issue that I have with it is I don't want to see the title disappear for that amount of time. Like you gotta figure out a way to write it so that if you're gonna take some time off, just like with Charlotte, you drop the title and give it to like you gotta spread. I've said it before, you gotta spread the peanut butter so that no matter who's wrestling, no matter who's got that spot at that point, that's not a bathroom break wrestler. That's what I'm saying. So no matter who has the strap, or even if you don't, you know that you're going to be in for something that you're not going to want to miss. That's the problem. So all this pressure, all this weight is on just the superstars who have the belts, and then you disappear. And why are you here if you're not trying to be a champion? So you got to spread it out a little bit. I'm not opposed to it. I hear what you're saying. And I think that should happen. So it's tough. It's tough. Roman's going to Hollywood, Dro. Yeah, fine. You're not going to Hollywood with those belts. I'll tell you that, bro. No, you're not. Because then what's the point? Right. You literally have both heavyweight championships. So what is anybody else going to fight for?
Yeah, no. There's no way. This has nothing to do with Roman Reigns. You all know how much I'm a fan of him. There's no way both championships, both titles should be gone. Yeah. Just like the women's tag titles shouldn't be gone. Why are belts gone right now? That doesn't
make any sense. Yeah, Isabella, we were talking about how Shotzi deactivated her social media because, like we said, wrestling fans can be toxic.
Yeah, now we totally agree. She did awful in that match. She was very dangerous. She hurt quite a few of them. I mean, she was clumsy. I just feel like I don't know what was going on with her, but we noticed that she had an off night. And having an off night with ladders that's not great. So we don't think she did good. But does that mean you have to be so awful that you make her just deactivate her account? Screw you. Like, I can't stand bullies. I really can't. And all these people who sit behind their phones and keyboards thinking they're big and bad, and you want to sit here and make her shut down her Twitter, you guys are so awful.
Hey, Joe and Soprano, y'all are they're fantastic. All their meaning and love. We love that. We have a lot. We have a melting pot of people that are subscribers to us, and that really, really warms our heart. It really does. Yeah. So as you can see, you may not be able to tell. We're a mixed couple.
In case you weren't sure.
In case you weren't sure. So there's certain parts of the country we are, we generally will avoid because they don't take too kindly. But
not serve us in public.
We love to see the melting pot of people in here.
Yes. Awesome.
What up, CT Hill? It's good to see you guys in here. So that's pretty much it. I mean, as far as theory goes, I think we're going to have to. One thing I don't want to see, because I honestly, legitimately didn't think that Liv Morgan was going to cash in Money in the Bank. I really didn't. But she won. Fantastic. I want to see a long run. I don't want to see her be a transitional champion. When it comes to theory, though, you have a year to cash in this contract. Technically speaking, you have a year. I really like seeing people kind of stretch it out. One thing I still feel sour about is how The Miz weaseled his way into getting the contract from Otis. Like, that really bothered me.
That was awful. They never rectified that. They never made that right by Otis.
Really bothered me, dude. Like, it was the judge thing, the court thing that was kind of funny, whatever. But, dude, he earned that.
And you know what? Alpha Academy, with the success that they've had, so to speak, I don't see why he hasn't come after The Miz to get him back now that he's his bull.
I would.
But,
I would.
I saw Shayla commented about Brock leaving with the title to go to UFC. And I mean, I guess that's kind of part of what we're saying is that at any point, why are you letting anyone leave with the title? At least AEW did the interim title
with CM Punk,
which was interesting because I almost feel like, what if you were to do this? What if Reigns or whoever is your top guy, let's say he needs 6 weeks off or whatever, for whatever reason, or, in between pay-per-views. You have a top guy who's like, your right-hand man or whatever. While I'm gone, you guys could all challenge him. If any of you beat him, come back. That will be my pay-per-view, opponent. Otherwise, if you can't even get through him, then ultimately, since no one beat him, then he has to go against his own person. But at least you have someone fighting in his behalf, something.
Wouldn't be mad at that. What we don't want to see, however, is a championship contenders match against the champions.
That's so dumb.
That has to stop.
If you want to fight me for the championship, you have to beat me first.
Because you already took away a spot from a possible contender because these people are facing the champions for a chance to face the champions. The champion should be at ringside.
I don't know why they keep doing this.
That has to stop.
They just keep doing it. And I don't understand. What are you thinking?
Yeah, it's insane.
It's so crazy to me.
It's absolutely insane. They haven't stretched out the Money in the Bank contract winners by letting him keep the briefcase for a year in a while. I know.
I know. That's why when The Miz had it, he was so much fun. I
know. And that's the problem. Like, it's you have it for a year. I'm not saying he's going to hold on to it for a year because, I don't know if he can entertain us that long. I mean, he's done better than I expected him to do when he turned heel. All I'm saying is I don't want to see him cash it in within a couple of months. Mm-hmm. I like the tease. Like, come out at SummerSlam. Whoever wins, come out at SummerSlam, hit somebody on the back of the head with the briefcase. Okay, he's going to cash it in. Oh, no. Then he take it away, then you run away.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best.
Give us the tease, man. Give us the tease. Don't get me started on Cena. Look, Kayun, first off, good to see you in here.
Good to see you.
As far as Cena goes, I still hold out hope that he is going to show up at SummerSlam. I appreciate the fact that he showed up at all for his 20-year anniversary, that which The Rock wasn't kind enough to do with his bald head itself. No, I'm sorry. My bad, Rock. Nothing against bald people. But simply saying, at least Cena respected the industry and the business enough to come out and give us a few minutes of his time. The Rock has still not been able to do that as of late. Feel some type of way. Whatever. We got a super chat, though. The Three Kings.
I think
are you a super chat? He's a super chat champion right now.
Yeah, I think you need 2 more claps and Ric Flair.
Woo! And you say, they thought Cody and Judgment Day were going to carry the company while Roman went home, and that didn't last long. So now Usos are working overtime.
Yes, that is 100,000% true. And obviously, Cody going out was huge for them. But for you, if they really did destroy the Judgment Day, hoping that Edge could step in for Cody, I believe that's what I heard at first. But we haven't seen Edge, so I don't believe that's true. And whatever reason you brought Edge out of the Judgment Day, not only did you lose Cody, but that in itself destroyed the Judgment Day. And then Rhea got hurt. So it was. I feel like they're under some kind of curse right now. It could be the McMahon curse. All of these women and all this is catching up with them. You know what I mean? They put a little curse on the.
But that's another reason why I say you got to spread the peanut butter. You can't put all your eggs into the Roman Reigns, Judgment Day, Cody Rhodes basket. Like, there are other wrestlers here that are itching for a chance to step up and show you what they can do. Spread the love a little bit, because people do get hurt. Like we see it in even AEW. They got a lot of people, main people on their roster, hurt. So you gotta be in a position to where, okay, our quarterback is hurt right now.
Yeah.
Let's get a bench warmer off here. Get in there. Show us what you can do.
But you know what? I'm excited for the Seth and Riddle feud.
Riddle stepped up.
I really feel like the Seth
Riddle
and Riddle
stepped
feud
up.
is going to be great.
You know, we miss Orton, but he's stepped up.
Because you
You're not
basically
mad at
have the
it.
Joker going against a stoner. I mean, it's just going to be comedy either way.
Yes.
But you're going to get down in the ring. So
Thank you, Three Kings, for that super chat.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that's about. I think that's a good way to say. Oh, goodbye. You know what? With Sonya Deville, recently when she was with Adam backstage, yeah, I mean, it's. I love Sonya Deville right now. I love her whole vibe. I love her theme music. I love her outfit. Digging it. You know what Sonya Deville did? She gets fired as an official. But what does she do? She's still got a fact. She's got a crew who's backing her up.
Yeah.
You can't be mad at that.
No, I think Sonya. I think this because she could run for a while, and I don't think she has to go for the championship right away. But I think that if she stays on this journey, she'll end up there.
It'll happen. Get her in the mix too. Heck, get her in that. Make it a fatal 6-way. SummerSlam. Make it happen, man.
Make it happen, Captain.
These are good, strong females that
Good
get
night,
a reaction
Michael.
from the crowd. Good night, Michael. Thank you. So, Reigns will be champion for a very, very long time.
You know, I
Yeah.
felt like he was going to be champion all the way until WrestleMania when he faced The Rock. And I don't know if they're still going to drag that out. But if I don't know. We need a belt back here. So if he's not coming back here, then he may need to drop it.
And that's what we're saying. We realize they have two different belts because of the brand split. Technically, the brand split is still in existence, even though we clearly see people showing them on either show. But the problem is you had, again, each belt on each show because you had to have a champion on each show so people can wrestle for the title. Now you got tag team champions, heavyweight champions, unified. They kind of moonlight, at least the Usos do. But what's the end game here? This is what I'm saying. It kind of sucks.
Oh, Senran X Anime. Hi.
Oh.
The mysterious character is Bray. Yeah, it's spelled that way.
And that, stretch it out to SummerSlam.
Yeah, whatever it is, stretch that out to SummerSlam.
Stretch it out to
For
SummerSlam.
sure. Do not do that on public TV.
Don't have this be something that you just drop.
Oh my gosh. And then remember they did that one weird vignette? Oh, that would be awful.
The Three Kings, you say, oh, he's coming in hard. See, now you just cut a promo. I mean, let me go ahead and say it. Super Chat champ. Gonna defend my belt next Saturday, punk. I added the punk part. But, you know, that was the promo. Thank you, Three Kings. Defend your belt. Defend your honor.
Look, Jody said Carmella. Whoo.
Yeah. Yeah, Probably Corey was the only one cheering for. I think we did hear Corey's voice.
I think Corey was cheering for it.
echoing.
And I think he was like, what's wrong with this crowd?
Because the MGM was a bit of more of a intimate arena than the Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah.
So we actually had some pretty good seats. Didn't choose the seats because of what happened, but good seats. What up, Randy Sam? Good to see you. How do you feel about Gunther versus Nakamura? Book it.
You know, yeah, I mean,
Book it.
they're doing that right now, and I mean, Shinsuke, I feel like has needed a really strong rivalry for a while. So I hope that Shinsuke is great in the ring, and obviously we know that Gunther is strong.
Walter.
I think it's going to be good. I hope that they let it ride out for a little bit.
I really hope so too. Kayun, I don't know about Mike Bale. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if anybody's going to retire Roman. I don't know. Everybody keeps talking about The Rock. Again, where The Rock been? I know he dropped a little comment on Young Rock. Haven't seen him. Haven't heard him. Nothing in the WWE. Nothing. So you could be right. But then again, you could be wrong. I don't know, brother. I don't know. For the past 6 months, they have been teasing a Roman Shinsuke feud. Shinsuke is better than what we've seen. Okay, they call him the King of Strong Style for a reason. I want to see the beast unleashed in Shinsuke.
Go back up right here a little bit.
That's what I'm saying.
Right here. There.
Here?
Yes.
Glad to see y'all ain't been loving the content. 11 plus birthday in 2 days.
Yes.
Oh!
Happy early birthday!
7XNMA, happy birthday to you.
Yes.
And Jody had a birthday yesterday, so there's a lot of birthday people going on up in here.
Going on for the
I
month
love
of
it.
July.
I love this.
Happy birthday to all of the July people in here.
With Money in the Bank, do you think Edge will bring back the Brood gimmick? I do not.
No, I honestly can't imagine that the Edge is going to come back still heel when he was just kicked out of his heel faction. I do think he's going to come back babyface. It wouldn't make sense for him to stay heel but have beef with the heels.
It would be kind of cool if it was some kind of vignette for him, but I know there was talk that he didn't like the supernatural aspect of it, and that vignette had that feel.
The supernatural vignette.
So I don't know. It's hard to say. How do we feel about the possibility of Theory versus Cena at SummerSlam?
I mean, I think it's going to happen.
She thinks he's a new Cena. I disagree.
Joe, we didn't see your comments. We just going too fast. You have to repeat yourself.
I don't know if I don't. My only issue with Cena and Theory is I don't care who it is. I don't like part timers coming back, trash talking, and doing whatever you do, cutting your promos, doing what you do, just to lose, and then you disappear. Because if I'm going into the match thinking that's exactly what's going to happen, then why am I invested in the match at all? I want to see something else. I want to see a swerve. So, I don't know. Kayun, Mike Bale to retire Roman soon. LOL. Never say never.
Never.
Brother, first off, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. I'm going to say never. I'm going to say never. No way. No way he retiring Roman. No way. Would be kind of cool, though. But no way.
Dro, you think Tyson Fury might return at SummerSlam? I wasn't that excited about Tyson Fury because I don't know. He doesn't really do it for me either. Just like Ronda doesn't do it for me in the WWE. It's not that I don't think she's a good fighter, but she doesn't have a great character in the WWE, and I don't think Tyson Fury did either because they're basically just themselves.
Tyson Fury's good at what he does.
And I like a big character. I like the big fanfare. I like the professional wrestling of it all.
Mm-hmm.
So, if he does come back, that'd be cool, but I'm not as excited about his return like I am to see Bayley come back.
I'm actually excited. How do we feel about McAfee versus Corbin? I'm excited about that. Corbin and McAfee, they have good chemistry, I think. And McAfee has proven himself to be a worthy competitor in the ring. So I'm digging it.
Yeah.
I'm digging it. I do not want to see Mella versus Bianca again.
I do not want to see that again either. I'm assuming it's not over since Mella attacked her afterwards, but I don't think it was that. I'm like, why would you bring her out to? I don't know.
Your birthday's on July 27th, Brandon. Make sure you remind us.
Yes.
We will give you some birthday love as well. How do we feel about SummerSlam being the end of the month? Yeah, that's right. Which we're going to have a special thing. We'll talk about that later. I didn't love the idea that they had two major pay-per-views in the same month like that. It didn't make any sense. I really wish they did leave it in August. A little more time. We need a little more breathing room between these pay-per-views.
You're given no time to build up. The only thing you could do is carry over from the one before. And SummerSlam is not no half-assed carryover show.
No.
It's not supposed to be.
No. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know. Yeah, Happy Corbin is Happy Corbin, but I think more than anything, he's remained relevant, kind of like Sami Zayn. Say what you want about him, my man has stayed in the conversation. He's figured out a way to make
Sami
himself
Zayn is highly entertaining, no matter
you
what
know,
he's doing.
Yeah, he's done well. Oh, don't get us started, CT Hill. We've been saying that they need to redesign those tag team championships forever.
It's like
Forever.
They remind me of coins you found on the floor. It is not.
Seriously. And
great.
we read a while ago that they had redesigned the championship belts and they just never remember. No, those belts are trash. And it's really kind of a shame because you have AEW that have been able to design some pretty fantabulous belts as of late. Because we gave the women's championship belt a real hard time when AEW premiered because it looked like a toy in comparison to the men's. For us, another example of the women just not being treated the same as the men. If you looked at those belts, the men's AEW championship is colossal.
That first belt they had was so embarrassing. I was embarrassed every time I looked at it. Like I actually felt embarrassed for them. Like, how dare you? Like, is this whole division a joke to you? Because you're bringing out these badass women who are getting down on a whole nother level. And their reward is this Cracker Jack belt.
Well, Britt Baker made it look good.
She made it look good because she made everything she did look good. Not in the very beginning. She had a real kind of rough start. But
she got there.
But
the new belt that they came out with, man, the Atlantic belt, come on. They need to hire whoever designs those belts in the WWE.
Yeah.
Because the 24/7 championship belt, that thing is garbage. Looks like somebody threw up. And they said, let's go with it. That's what that belt is.
If you saw our reaction to the 24/7 title when it was reviewed, that's actually what we did. He actually made the Exorcist vomiting the 24/7 belt out of her mouth.
Yeah. It's, again, you're in business as long as for decades. You're not new. You're not brand new, WWE. You should know better. You should do better. And it's a shame. It's a shame. Tyson Fury's the Undertaker in boxing. Yeah.
Barely anyone in WWE could touch Jade Cargill in the amount of respect she gets. She is awesome. She is a specimen. She is amazing. I mean, she is.
But that's another example. Okay, the TBS championship, that's a mid-tier title. But she makes it feel like it's a heavyweight championship. Why do we not have a mid-tier title for the ladies? Why are the ladies fooling around with the 24/7 championship? Why? Where's the cruiserweight for the women?
Right.
What's not hard? Give these people something to fight for. But you can't even figure out what you want to do with the women's tag team championships. You can't even figure out what you want to do with their division. It's terrible. Yeah, we saw Rhea Ripley's wearing a little heart thing, so it looks like she's going to be down for a little while. And that's what we're saying. You put all your eggs in this basket, then they get injured. Now what?
I just want to point out to everybody that at 7 o'clock, that Abe was like, "We're not going to take up too much of your time." And I said, every time he says that, we go for like an hour and a half. It's been an hour and 41 minutes.
The hardcore, yes, Ricky Neal, we will get out of here. She loved as well as I did. The cool thing about the Hardcore Championship is that was the actual Eagle Heavyweight Championship that they destroyed, put tape on. They made it look cool.
I love that title. That's the next title that I want to get.
And you called it Hardcore.
Loved it.
So it had the same rules as the 24/7. That's why when Mick Foley, the Hardcore Champion, was the one chosen to pull out this stupid old belt.
And why wouldn't you literally just bring back the belt?
Because that's what we thought was going to happen.
Belt. It's an amazing belt.
Everybody laughed. You could hear the laughter in the arena.
Right.
And we were all like, are we serious right now?
Right.
Are we doing this? But R-Truth made that belt.
Made it.
So that's facts right there. The big gold championship, I know. Didn't allow Naomi to glow at the tag belts. Isabella don't.
Oh my goodness. We don't know why they've never sold that in the shop. And if you ever see one, please let us know.
Don't get us started on that.
Because we would have that glow title right up here.
It's
We'd have to do this show in the dark just so we could come in with the glow belt.
Yeah, they should have. That would have been fire. Fire. The way she glowed up that women's SmackDown championship
And
belt.
that's what we were thinking. Oh my God, is she going to go up the titles? Like
We were waiting for
it.
it.
Didn't make any sense for them not to.
Waiting for it. Didn't happen. So
I'm sure they asked.
those are our thoughts for today. We appreciate you all for joining us for another Saturday night's live event. We got one more reaction video coming up for SmackDown, and that will be up. It'll probably be up tomorrow because if we know people don't really stay up as late and watch stuff, so that'll be up in the morning. We appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you.
Thank you to all of our super chats. Thank you to all of our members. Thank you to everybody that has stopped in. And thank you to everybody that is still here. We all acknowledge you. This was a lively chat, so she's right. I never want to take up too much of your time. We know you have a lot to do. But we need to talk about some things today. So I got a little pumped up.
So did I. I was just saying, I knew.
Bone Crusher.
We always get in.
You want to say goodbye to the people? She wants to say goodbye to the people. She just got freshly groomed today. Here is Bone Crusher. She had bows in her hair, and she wasn't having it.
She was not having that.
She looked adorable, but as soon as she got home, she shook them all out.
She did the Bianca Belair and whipped, and then
she whipped the hair.
Out.
So on behalf of Bone Crusher, our channel mascot, we say please come back with some more A and B combos.
Wrestling edition.
We got one more super chat. I just saw it.
Uh-oh.
Sean Steigers came in hard.
Hard.
Bam, bam. Last minute.
Sean.
Last minute. Had a great nap. Happy to see you guys back. Hope you enjoyed the trip. And right now, our girl has a target on her back. But that's to be expected.
Yeah.
I hope Ronda shows Liv some things she can add to her game. Man, that is the way to end Saturday night's live event.
Yes.
Thank you, Sean Steigers, for that super chat.
Thank you.
Bone Crusher love up in the chat. People are giving you some love, Bone Crusher.
Bone Crusher.
They love you over here. Good girl. All right, it's time to give her a snack. Do a little walking. We appreciate that so much. Honestly, you guys give us all the love in the world, and we can't thank you enough. We got the best subscribers in the world.
Yes.
Thank you to Just Alex, because my man, we appreciate you. You popped in, you showed some love. Thank you, Just Alex. Thank you to everybody.
Yes.
That is it for us, I think, right? I think that's
I
think that's a good night. Bone Crusher, do you want to say any more barking? You want to do any more barking, Bone Crusher?
Doesn't seem like it.
I think she's got nothing left. All right, folks, that is it for us. I think we will get out of here. We love you all. We appreciate you all. We acknowledge you. We acknowledge you. Woof.
My WWE.
Oh, yeah.
WWE
She did that for Money in the Bank.
You see that? Oh, it would be a W this way, huh?
Yeah, there you go.
Can
There you
see
go.
it? Can you see
Pull
the
back just a
W?
little bit. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, WWE nails.
Yeah.
I invented those.
She did.
That's
Good way to
all.
end it. Good night, everybody.
Good night.